So let's continue with our sharing sessions. I'm very happy now to introduce you to my colleague, Dr. Lucas Kohnke. Lucas is a senior lecturer here in the Department of English Language Education at EDU. His qualifications include an Ed.D. from Exeter University and multiple advanced teaching certificates. Lucas has many years of international and local English teaching experience at different grade levels, often focused on supporting the professional development of English teachers. He specializes in ELT methodology, technology-supported teaching and learning. He also has conducted extensive research focused on EMI, language acquisition, and teacher professional development using emerging technologies, such as AI, which is he is talking with us today about micro teaching. Micro learning as well. So he's recently published a book called Using Technology to Design ESL, EFL Microlearning Activities. And today he'll share with us on the topic of Gen AI and microlearning activities. So it's all yours, Lucas.
All right, thank you so much. Let me see here. All right, thank you all. Let me start by sharing my screen. So give me a few seconds, guys. So we can make it happen. There you go. I'm just gonna open the chat, see if there are questions. All right, so thank you all for having me today. My name is Lucas, and I'm a teacher in the ELE. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about AI and microlearning activities, and then how we can combine the two, so to speak. So for the next 25 minutes, I thought I would give a brief overview. How can we define Gen AI? What really is it, and so forth, and what is microlearning? So we're all on the same page, basically. And then I quickly go over some principles for designing effective AI technology activities, with some activities that are quite broad, but they're just there to give you an idea, so to speak. And then I thought I would finish in the last 10 minutes or so showing you some tools. Fiona already showed you Magic School, so I won't mention that too much. But I thought it would be good to at least show you some tools that you can use in the classroom, so to speak. So to get started, I thought I would do something a little bit different to make sure everyone is awake. So I'm going to ask you guys if my lovely computer will go for it. Okay. So if it's possible, so could you join my lovely Mentimeter and just tell me very quickly what AI tools you like to use? So you can scan the QR code, you can go to menti.com and enter the code. But just give me some ideas. What AI tools are you using in your daily teaching and learning, for example? Because I think it's good to get some idea so we can share our ideas. So anything is really okay. If you're using ChatGPT, you're using Canva, what are you guys using? So yes, Poe, yeah, I think Poe is brilliant. Canva is coming up, Perplexity is coming up, good, good. Prezi, yeah, you, okay. ChatGPT, obviously. Nearpod, yeah, I think I like Nearpod too. So these are good. Anyone have anything else? Poe coming up again, yeah. So we have a few ideas. Packet, all right. Kahoot, yeah, yeah. Excellent. Seems like Poe, Canva, ChatGPT are the more popular ones that keep popping up, right? Yeah. ChatGPT is good. Canvas, obviously, right? All right. So 26 responses is not bad for online session. So thank you so much, because this gives me a little bit of an idea as I kind of switch into what I'm going to share with you, because I thought in the last 10 minutes or so, I will then share a few tools. So these are some of the tools I will briefly share with you later to give you some idea how we can use Gen AI to design very easy, very fun activities for learners. So some of you have used them already. So that means I don't have to get into so in deep this with them. So let's see. All right, so here we are. Now, the key problem, if you ask me, or the key problem we often meet when we discuss AI, really, how did we define it? What is generative artificial intelligence versus traditional or narrow AI, right? What is the difference, right? So I think it's good to start to get a base understanding of what it is. So imagine, for example, imagine you're playing chess, computer chess. So the computer knows all the rules. It can predict your moves and make its own based on a predefined strategy, right? So when you're playing now traditional computer chess, it's not inventing new ways of playing chess, but it's selecting how to respond from strategies it was programmed with. So you do A, then B happens, then C and D is predefined, pre-structured, right? So that's like traditional AI. So previously, Grammarly, Quillbot was traditional AI, but now it's able to predict the next word in a sentence, right? Because it's using large language models. So Gen AI, then what it does is generate human-like content. We're talking about audio, images, video, code, websites, whatnot, right? So the definition or example will be, imagine you have a friend. We all have friends, but imagine you have a friend, and this friend is an AI. So you ask the AI something like, once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, then it takes that line and generates a whole space adventure story, complete with characters, plots, and perhaps a very thrilling conclusion. So they create something new from the piece of information we gave it, right? And they're creating something new based on these large language models where we have plugged in vast set of data. So this imaginary friend and creating something new that's original, creative. And that is why we come up with Gen AI. So I want to create something new and I want to make it accessible for the learners. To do that, I use microlearning. Now, micro doesn't mean I make something dumber. Doesn't mean I dumb it down. Now, microlearning means I'm focusing on giving the learners content that is bite-sized, something they can easily digest in small chunks. So I want them to consume the activity quickly, efficiently, and I want them to use or consume finished activity between 2 to 8 minutes. Now, there is different definition of the time. I have found 2 to 8 minutes to be the sweet spot for learners to stay engaged. And the microlearning should then use technology. It should be multimodal. There should be images, right, to enhance the engagement and performance. So that is Gen AI and microlearning. So why do I like to use microlearning? Because it has many advantages. It's learner-centric. The learners are doing something. We as teachers, we're not talking. We're facilitating. They are doing the work. It's bite-sized. So it's very short, very easy to bake into a lesson. It doesn't have to take over the whole lesson. It's 2 to 8 minutes to break something up. And it helps the learners to, I would say, process and retain the teaching information. Like Ben talked about the pronouns. So bite-sized learning activity about pronouns will easily achieved. So I have this book that goes through how to design microlearning. So if you're interested, you just send me an email and I'm sure we can arrange something for you to get a copy. But the essence is it should be relevant. When you design the activity, it should relate to the students' needs. It should relate to the classroom activities, right? If not, the students' engagement will not be there because it needs to be focused for 2 to 8 minutes. And accessibility comes down to what tools are we using? What platform are we using? Like Fiona talked about Merv AI, Visme, Gradescape, and so forth. Those are really good. Those are great. So we need to choose platforms and format the students can access easily. There should also be some kind of interactivity. By that, I mean, students shouldn't just watch a video, right? They should do something. They should consume the content actively. So we need to bake in quizzes. We need to bake in simulations, discussion to enhance this engagement. And microlearning is also really good because if we have different levels of learners in our classrooms, then I can create these activities that will differentiate the learning for 2 to 8 minutes with different groups. So it will meet the proficiency levels and learning styles of the classroom. Another thing that microlearning does really well is targeted skill development, because we're focusing on active learning on, let's say, pronouns for 2 to 8 minutes. That means they're working very hard, they're very engaged, and because I'm keeping it a little bit short, there won't be cognitive overload. They're able to process the information. So this is kind of what we mean when we talk about microlearning. Short, bite-sized, easily digestible content. And this is really what we can do very well with different AI tools and activities. So this here obviously is a little bit generic, but I think many of us have already used AI for lesson plans, right? Activities, assessment. Some of the speakers today already talked a bit about it. We can use it to create worksheets and exercises. Fiona showed one, I will show a few. We can use chatbot for practice, like the pronouns and whatnot. I will show you Misu, how you can create your own platform for your learners and role play. And some of you might have created videos or audio. So we look at those. So I'm going to show you some tools, how we can do this in a microlearning perspective. But before that, let me just show you some quick activities, what I mean. Now, keep in mind, these are very broad, very general. They're just to give an idea of what possible to speak. So I kept it very general today. So if they're too general, I do apologize, but hopefully they're okay. So the first activity is simply something very easy. Talk to AI, right? So this activity is around 5 minutes. I want to break off my lesson, right? So in this activity, they will chat with an AI travel assistant. They want to plan a trip. So I ask students to open the AI travel tool. I use Talk to AI because it's simple. It's just a website. I give my students a scenario. You're planning a trip to a country of your choice, blah, 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 blah. So depending on what you have studied or what you can do next, something from the textbook, for example. And then I ask the students to type at least 3 questions or requests, top tourist attractions, fun activities, or something like that. So very short, they're very interacting very quickly with this tool. And then after that, I asked the students to share one interesting thing they have learned from AI. Now, this can obviously be built into modules and sequence, but idea to share some ideas. So when they do reflect, why not ask them to reflect by creating an image using Midjourney or something? So they show what they have learned using an AI image, or use Padlet to post it, right? So as you can see, this is a very simple activity, but I can bake in AI in each sequence, and I can expand on it. But just to get them to talk, interact. Let's do one more. The next one is a Spinky reading activity. This is Lingulet. It's also good. It has some free versions. You log in, but this one I like because students can either speak or they can read a text. The growth of balanced bike. When should children start riding a bike? I like this one because my child just got a bike. So they can read the text or they can speak, interact, and whatever they say will pop up on the screen. And after what they have talked to the AI and explore the topic, then they can share what they have done. So again, it's very, very quick, and the AI will put what they have said on the screen. And we can encourage the students to check the pronunciation and speak complete sentences. So let's do, maybe I do one more. Let me do one more before I show you the tools. Now, I'm generally, microlearning is bite-sized learning as an activity, but we could do module-based activities. So we do part of it in a sequence, lesson 1, lesson 2, or lesson 3. So for example, this one is using Gamma, or you can use Canva, like Fiona mentioned. But let's say the task is, I want my students to brainstorm something. We have worked on something. So ideal vacation, environmental conversation. Oh, sorry, misspelled that one. So first 5 minutes, module 1, plan the topics. They can do a Google search. They can do a ChatGPT search. Just get some possible topic, post it on Padlet. That's 5 minutes. The next 5 minutes, in a way, they conduct the research and gather information. In that way, learners learn more information. They note down important facts, vocabulary, and phrases. And the next module, they kind of organize it, create an outline for their website or infographic. And then finally, they use AI, Gamma, to generate the website for them, basically. So it's 5 modules in a way. So this is very simplistic, but I'm trying to give you an overview how we can make it standalone and module-based. So if you want some information, send me an email, and I send a copy of the book your way. Now, I'm aware of the time, and I promise to show you some of these cool tools to actually illustrate. So give me a second. Switching here. Dun, dun, dun. Always fun to see how if Zoom is working or not. Let's see. All right. All right. So first, I'm just going to show an easy tool because I think most of you have used Perplexity. If you haven't used Perplexity, use it for your lesson planning. Ask students to start, right? So what is ice cream? Sorry. And it generates, for example, ice cream for the students. You get the description. They can use images. They can do more. They can get videos, right? So for students to start a project, this is a good way. You can also ask grammar questions or something like that. So this is a good starting point. Another one for teachers, no one in the work cloud put Diffit. Or Diffit.me is a great tool. It's the same way. So I'll go to from beginning. So you can ask anything you want. So why does ice cream melt? And then you check the grade level, 5th grade, 6th grade, or whatever. And then why this one is really, really good for teachers is it gives you image, it gives you reading passage, it gives you vocabulary, you can edit it, multiple choice, short answer, and it will also generate a handout for you, Jeopardy, vocabulary slide, vocabulary choice board, things like that. So Diffit is great for teachers. So let me do 2 more because we have a couple minutes left. None of you mentioned Misu. So Misu is great. So this is a free one. So if you have students or you want to create a chatbot for them, this one will actually create it for you. So all you have to do is insert learning objectives. For example, grade level. And then it would generate some ideas. And then as you can see, you can have a quiz, you can have a storytelling or a conversation. Now you could put learning objectives, you could put in the grammar, you could put in writing, whatever you want to do. But what this one is really good is it gives you the instructions. And it comes up here. Welcome to Fruit Chat. Let's talk about apple. Share your favorite fruit fact. Bananas are white, for example. Let's see. Just making stuff up. Let's see if we can do it. Maybe. So it actually answers for me, right? It has text and whatnot. So it's really good. So check this one out. Many of my pre-service, in-service teachers in my courses like it, and they use it for writing debate prompts and grammar. So anything is possible, and students can use it. Let me show you one more. It's last minute. So this is the AI tool. Maybe this one, Twee. If you haven't used Twee, it's really good for teachers to create very short bite-sized activities. As you can see, they will have reading, vocabulary, writing, speaking, grammar, listening. So you can have leading activities. If you have a video, I click audio video question, and then you put in the URL. I have picked one before. I put in the URL for the video, and then the video appear, how to slow down. And then if you want, you can select the extract of the video like this. You can select open question, ABCD, true, false, and detect language. And then it gives me questions based on the video. It gives me the answers. And then if I want, I can add more things. I want a summary gap fill of the video. So we'll generate a summary gap fill and things like that. So again, Twee is great. It's free. It's very good. So I don't have time to show you all of my lovely tools. So if you want a copy of my presentation with the remaining tools, let me know. Send me an email. I will share it with you. Sorry, Tim, it took 26 minutes, not 25 minutes.
It's perfect, Lucas. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I tried to speed it
Yeah,
up.
no, very, very well done. We're back on track. Thanks to all the participants for joining us for the roundtable presentations. It's been a bit intense, 4 very rich presentations, a lot of experience sharing, some research results, focused on 2 topics. So we're talking about DST with Dennis and his students, and AI, of course, with Ben and Lucas and Fiona.